Yo, what is up? TCG here with, I think this is my second deck for Brothers War, and we're on a bit of a wild one. Blue-red artifacts, taking advantage of some new cards with some old cards, and trying to do some wild stuff, to be honest. So, new cards first. Let's talk about Third Path Iconoclast. Obviously, has the kind of young pyromancer style ability, but non-creature spells, and makes colorless soldier artifact creature tokens. And so triggers off of 0-mana artifacts. To which extent we're playing 4 Astral Cornucopia, which was in the Brothers War old border artifacts. And it's obviously from Born of the Gods? I think that's right. And then 4 Tormod's Crypt, which means we get to be pre-board versus graveyard decks like Greasefang. 4 Mox Amber, taking advantage of a bunch of different legendary creatures. 4 Bonesword, which again, Oath of the Gatewatch was its one Pioneer printing. Oh, sorry, Pioneer printing, which means it's Explorer legal as it's been reprinted in the Brothers War old border artifacts. Yeah, okay, it's a little weird, but yeah, okay. So bunch of artifacts. Witching Well gives you some kind of card filtering because hey, you're looking for like one of your pair of cards, but you really need to hit towards paradoxical outcome and then find a way to get Reservoir in play. Now, there's a really good you have a reasonable fair game plan against things trying to be more controlling. With like Iconoclast, you can make a bunch of creatures. You have Ledger Shredder, playing some more on the sideboard as well. Obviously, along with Mox Amber doing a lot of that things. Emery really now enabling some really, really good early plays. And then also Sai, which importantly gives you a way to sacrifice these soldier tokens to draw cards in games where they're not super relevant. As well as also being able to kind of go off and make a fleet of Ornithopters. You have a few different routes you can take to win the game. And obviously, the best one, quote unquote, is finding your Aetherflux Reservoir and going off with Paradoxical Outcome. Now, the outcome still does much like you're drawing a pile of cards regardless of whether you have the Reservoir in play. So post board, go versus like playing it's certain matchups you want to board into a more kind of like, alright, I'm just going to be an artifact value deck. You still have Sai making Thopters, drawing cards, you're still making tokens here, you've got more ledge treasures on the board, and you have, yeah, the Emery kind of engine going on. Or, did I cut one? No. Alright, so lands, 4 Steam Hunts, 4 Spybuff Canals, only 2 Shiver Reefs, so the damage actually does matter. You need to be quite careful making sure you've got triple blue for Wildlife Invention, so beware how you play your pathways if you can avoid paying them on the red side, because literally it's just Iconoclast out of the main deck. An Oswara and then 3 islands. Again, you'll like predominantly be blue with a red splash. There are some other like red cards that are not unreasonable. One of the ones that isn't, that I'm hoping gets reprinted in Explorer Anthology is actually Gear Per Aether Grid. Bit off the beaten track, but there are a few other things you could mess around with playing. The actual sideboard, we've kind of got 2 packages of cards. So one of them, you're playing, so depending on like kind of combo stuff. Obviously, again, we're pre-board versus Greasefang. We've got these 4 Tormod's Crypts, and we can actually go through our cards pretty quickly. For our kind of like matchups we want to play fair, where we think they're going to have too much interaction for our combo, we kind of board into Ledger Shredders plus in Souls, and then there's also Blackstaff kind of acting like a repeatable in Soul effect. Just pretty solid. I also want to try out Forging the Anchor. This is just look at the top 5 cards, reveal the number of artifacts from among them, and put them into your hand. It's like Lead the Stampede for artifacts. We're trying that out. And then the other half of the sideboard is kind of like your counter spell suite for things like combo, or like decks where they're going to have some interaction, but they're not like a ton. So you got a couple of spell pierces and then 4 copies of Metallic Rebuke, which also complement the fair game plan as well. Because like you're cutting, like where it was the Reservoir, some of the more clunky aspects. Like you don't necessarily want to have all these do nothing artifacts, versus matchups that you want to play fair. Alright, so let's take this into a best of 3 Explorer event and see how we do. So I was going to record humans today, and then I started messing around, because Iconoclast is one of the most exciting cards from the new set, in my opinion. And I just couldn't stop just kind of like tinkering and things. This is... Where's my all the events list? Down here somewhere. Traditional Explorer event. Let's hop in. Alright, 5 matches. Yeah, we do. Now, there have been versions of this deck before. Obviously, we've seen obviously Marvel, not Marvel, Reservoir's been the format forever. There's been a few different ways to kind of like try and break it, but none of them super consistent. Some of them super durable, or too well, some too fragile, I guess. But with Iconoclast and some of the bits and pieces, you have a really good kind of like fair game plan that you can fall back on. I think just like more relevant 2-drops. There are some numbers that I'm not entirely set on yet. For example, 2 Ledger Shredder seems a little weird, but I really think you want to take advantage of, like, there's a lot of things you want to fit in. I want to max out on 0 mana artifacts. This sounds interesting. We don't have a 3rd land, but hey, we've got Ledger Shredder. We might end up playing one of these artifacts on turn 2 just to trigger our Ledger Shredder, and then only save 1 for Sai, but I think that's totally fine. As it happens, we draw a Mox Amber anyway. Gonna make tap Steam events here. My voice is a little shot as well. I might start dying a little partway through the video, but I'll do my best. Oh yeah, now I've actually gone through the deck as well. Hey, I'm trying to hit 100 subscribers, closing in. Thank you very much for that. But I'd really appreciate it if you fancied hitting the button and maybe like the video too. And if you've any Brothers War decks that you want to see, let me know in the comments. I'll do my best to play them. Ooh, that's interesting. I think we discard the Sai here. We want the 3rd. Yeah, it seems totally fine. So our opponent's end, they're on 5-color Karuga. Oh, the Scavenger Grounds is really interesting. I wasn't expecting that. This is throwing me off a little. It could be not with 5 colors, but what I was expecting from these is like 5-color with Leyline Binding, Fable's not a surprise at all. But yeah, we'll see. What actually goes down. Right, so sequencing. Do I want to go Sai first? I think Sai's more important. I think I might actually want to go Sai pass. Or Sai play 1 artifact out. Just to again get the loot off Ledger Shredder. That's the plan. We're very much deep in the fair half of the deck here. Until we draw an outcome and all of a sudden things get very unfair very quickly. Do this. Can't play both, can I? Let's get Sai down. Sai makes flyers, which are powerful. Put the Mox Amber out, just so we can we could in theory represent something. Okay, was an interesting one. I'm gonna discard the Steam Vents. Okay, I'm not worrying this time, but it means we actually have a way to find our outcome. See how that goes. For now, though, I'm just going to play as I have been. And just save this for the Iconoclast. I think that's reasonable. We can make an extra 1 mana sacrifice with... Yeah. The other thing is that... You know, no, there's no real chance that we play the Cornucopia out with counters on. But hey, we'll see. Yeah. We're thinking. Gosh. Alright, so, yeah, Cavalier. This is what I'm expecting. Just the Scavenger Ground throws me off because it's like, presumably playing a bunch of colours. Touch the realm, fair side of it. I'm going to try the target here. Die. Make blue mana. For the sake of whatever. Blocks here. This also tells me they're not... I don't have to worry about them doing like creativity stuff, which is like a slight possibility when you see these cards. You know. Second were... I main phase one of these. I can't cast this and then go do it. I'm trying to think if there's a 2 mana, like a cheap artifact we want to tutor for. It's really just the whatchamacallit? Just the Marvel main deck. I think that's fine though. I'm gonna play this out. I think I'm gonna do this main phase just to... No, that does seem silly. I get the loot, but I don't want to give them a chance to basically kill it. So if they like pass back with Leyline Binding mana, it's alright, fair enough. I don't want to give them the chance. Obviously, just go for it. We definitely don't. Having some kind of removal spell we could tutor for would be cool. I don't think it's really on the cards. There's just not enough space. if we had something like Aether Grid, could play like a more controlling version of this deck. Obviously, people are well, not afraid is not the right word. Oh gosh, I hadn't even thought about this. This is rough. Yes, I do this. I can't sacrifice the Tormod script. Which... also attacked with it. Oh, I'm such a moron. Oh gosh. Alright. I'm done. I wasn't meant to attack with that. Is there anything I can grab that's right? I think so. I'm gonna put this in my graveyard. I really goofed this. I'm probably gonna... let's see what else they do. That gets everything. Okay, lockdown's a little too good against stuff. I hadn't really thought about that when constructing the deck. But with bang, I'm just gonna run one of these out. Grab a Mox. We need to be able to at least potentially do something. Oh, this is really bad. Yeah, here we're in trouble. I kind of messed that up. But even so, we'd only be untapping with the Aetherflux Reservoir. We'd still be dead here. Well, in this case, it doesn't matter, but I did mess up. The Giant's not playing this without any artifacts. But where we are. I'll take a draw step, but I think we're just going to back it up after this. Yeah, the reflection online as well is brutal. Take an 8. If I could get Marble this turn, then maybe it isn't completely unwinnable after that. But I think it is. We need to hit like outcome this draw step. Well, we needed to hit outcome this draw step basically. All right, let's go to game 2. Let's go to game 2. I made a mistake there, but I think that's okay. Here I do think it is fine to play like a reasonably fair game plan. I have to worry about things like leyline binding. They had some interactions. Gosh. Let's see. I think what I want to board here is bring in the rebukes. They're going to be good. I don't necessarily think I want to go in on the souls and things. Again, it just plays into I think like outcome reservoir is still the win con we want to play towards. Gosh. And then I like middling plan. Got some of the 0 mana artifacts. I'm like, these I'm not super worried about. I don't actually know how good these Forge of the Anchors are, honestly. I thought I'd include it and see where I want to go. Like, the Shredder's fine. Like, these are all pretty integral. The Shredder beatdown button isn't gonna, like, by the time this actually does anything, we've just kind of lost the game, because they do more powerful late game things than we have this, like, win condition, but, yeah. At which point, add in... that again. Sure, I'm gonna load up like this. I'm still working out how I feel about all the different cards. It's a really powerful, like, shell of things, but you really need to have, like, hit the right parts, I guess. So the idea is that, like, Like here, fine. Because I want to play this Witching Well. Oh, we actually can't cast it. I think I still keep. I've got 2 scries off the Witching Well. I want to find a red source, but also just like a legendary good. Obviously, Emery's like really sick with his hand. Would you believe it? I risk this. Deck doesn't mulligan particularly well. Could hold up could like keep the rebuke, but I think we just need to. All right. Here I'm just gonna hold rebuke up. I'm not really expecting much to do much on turn 2 though. We're in a bit of a pickle on it. Emery helps us quite a bit. Yeah. This feels really weird. But we're gonna go we're gonna go Tormod's Crypt. Emery. They might kill this in response here. Down a rebuke, I think. Fine. Alright, that puts some Mox Hammer into our graveyard. I don't want to play these out because I'm just afraid of getting locked down here, but also there's no real reason to. They should go Iconoclast after all. They just got it. That'd be tough. Even so, not actually no. It's really, really bad. Never mind. I'm not gonna pretend it's not the end of the world. Pretty bad. This card's sweet. Search for an enchantment. He's gonna find like a Leyland Binding. Find Fable. So Moonblast Cleric is a very, very sweet card. I think it's a little underplayed, really. I wanna. One of these. Oh, is it that? Oh. It's on the end of the world. 1, 2, 3. Blue, blue, blue. That's fine. Yeah. So we're gonna cast this with. Alright. Wish us luck. So far, pieces not quite come together. Oh. Cringe with me. You keep Emery, which stops us being literally the worst. Like, actually. Rough, we should get Mox Amber. Next time we can get Amber again. Cast the Paradoxical Outcomes and draw a card. No, we actually bounced the Emery as well, so I think we should be okay. Depends if we get to untap with the Emery though. Alright, they're gonna grab Karugi, they can play that, draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. Yeah, this list is pretty sweet. It is also cool you could play Krieg without actually playing blue or green. That was actually maybe the best draw we could get. Cast this. Oh, don't do that. Make blue manifest. Time click on. Fine. We've used Emery, so we should bounce it. Grab these as well. We'll see what we draw here. Got a land, which is nice, to be fair. I don't let's just replay the Amory. Not quite getting there, are we? I had something to cast off the... Mox Amber. Still play it, but into play. Go ahead. I feel like another hit. There's also some other cards that are like pretty close to making a cut. Playing. They give a bunch of like really powerful payoffs, like Paradox Outcome, even without the Aetherflux Reservoir, still drawing you a bunch of cards, letting you use these. This deck in particular is a like temporary lockdown, such a yeah, he got me. Alright. Temporary lockdown, such a brutal beating. Like if we had excuse me. I was gonna say that actually saving our army was maybe bad, but it did survive and do a lot of work. Did most of the heavy lifting here. We're not totally out of it. But we need to jump through some hoops to assemble something. We at least have a big life cushion. So it's gonna get done pretty quickly. The third Iconoclast. Oh. Alright. Well, okay. You can see some potential. Like, we only balanced 3 artifacts there. If we managed to find, like, 1 more, maybe 2 more things. Or if they didn't... like, hey, it's easy to say if they didn't have a lot down there in this game, but... it's true. They have so much more. I could have done this before, but hey, it's not gonna resolve it. But sorry, it's not gonna make a difference anyway. Yeah, actually, we'll just pull it hit. They get a bunch of really big, hasty people. 127 life evaporates. You can block like one of these, but we're gonna take a ton here. Alright. That's quick, man. Okay, that's match 1 down the drain, unfortunately. We'll see if we can assemble something together here over the next 4 games. Like I said, a lot of potential. Temporarily locked down. Ooh. Yeah, that's a bad beating. Alright, opponent plays first. From our hand doesn't really do very much. We're pretty slow. And a little fair. I'm gonna mulligan this. As pieces. Like, this is like the opposite, but we have outcome plus which is different artifacts. I'm gonna put Bone Saw on the bottom. Basically use the Witching Well to try and find something to do. The plan. Ooh, Godless Shrine Thoughtseize. Right, Godless Shrine Thoughtseize. Godless Shrine Oven. Fly's nice. I'm still gonna cast the Witching Well out. Don't want the Cornucopia. I want the third land. I'm drawing Sai. I guess that I do actually want the Cornucopia here. If I get trigger Sai, it gets brought back by outcome. It seems pretty optimal. Okay. Kind of hoping they don't have a hand disruptors, but okay. Witch's Oven into Guardian and Banali I was not prepared for, to be honest. A pass here. I have to worry about hand disruption, which is another potential problem. A potential problem. It's a pretty big problem. It might be better to just play like a super fair version of that and not have any of the... well, not have the reservoir kill, but then like play really into like any artifacts. At least the helium bits and pieces. The helium's quite good with reservoir though too. But the moment the tree, not the moment the trees, but the moment. Make Arthropsis. This thing makes you double confirm, which is cool. The other thing is, like, if we draw a fluff, Sai like draws a pile of cards later on. We'll see though. Done. Alright, can't have an assembled. I'm curious. I want to block with Sai. I really want to block with Sai. I won't. I'm gonna double block here just to force him to discard a card to it. That is fine. Like I said, like, we can theoretically like sack these like was for tokens, but our plan is to outcome Barb stuff. Alright. Unofficial size pretty good. Not bad. That is most of their cards gone though. That is all of their cards gone. But they have this wedding announcement which is doing a lot of work. That's important because those who didn't have the. We're still gonna roll this through. Be the thing. See where we get with this. Hopefully gives us enough juice to put something big together for next time. Alright, got it. This is attacks. Oh, not that. These want to play out? Probably the mobs. I've never been planning on blocking with this Lopter because it's making the Amory cheaper. Good attack with it. I don't think we're in danger of dying this time. That's fine. We need to play one thing, so I'll just have to discard. Yep. Trying a lot, to be fair. Guardian. Yeah, human/soldiers coming very, very soon. The deck that I've put together to try initially leans more into the soldier side of things. We'll see how that goes. Rather than playing like great human. So let's see what we hit off Amory. Got Mox Amber Recursion for later on. Oh yeah, that's dumb. Keep doing this. Get that Iconoclast out there. Can make some stuff. Let's Witching Well. See if we can find a combo piece. Some description. There's a lands. I have the option here to like run out these to the Iconoclast. Given that they're just attacking on the ground, actually, I think that's fine. We're gonna get to sack the Sigil as well soon. Look, we're not getting. Ooh. Less. No, not. Nah. I'm down here. I'm down with this. Okay. Alright. We made our pile of soldiers. Could have made like a huge cornucopia. I don't really want it. Again, we've got like soldiers to go up the ground and things. I'm just gonna fly over a little. Even if somewhat fruitless. We're on 9. They have 3 cards in hand. We scry 2 lands to the bottom. We'll see what we draw. Maybe we crack the Witching as well. Fine. At least respect to like a little bit. I'll double block that. You did get a lot of card filtering off the Guardian though. Like when a non-token... No, yeah, whenever a non-token creature tries. Reservoir's nice. Reservoir... Yeah. Mind if I do? Wish we could play... Oh, actually we can. Oh well. Plan to well. Mox back. And next... Not cast while recur. That's not the end. Knock that? I think so. Let me do this now. Let's see. Just so we have all the information. We don't have a second reservoir. I'm only playing one at the moment. Ninja dying now. Roll this through. Honestly, worrying for Witching Well is kind of a... We'll see what we draw. Worrying for Witching Well on upkeep. Ooh. Sounds kind of mid plus. Actually, no, I kind of like it. I'm down. I'm gonna set a stop on that. Once we have the reservoir in play, I think. Well, the way this is going, I'm just gonna try. Valentine only triggers off non-token creatures. They don't have lands, but this way, eventually they have. Cast this one. It seems a little silly, but yeah. Like I said, we've got nothing else related to a pile of 1 mana. Like, 2-1 script would be really good here, but actually catching this in the graveyard, you can kind of set up to play around it. Righty. Both on the bottom? 1, 2. I think so. That's fine. So... Yes. Castle Graveyard? I've spent a lot of time. Well away. Alright, we find this crypt naturally. Fine. Guess we're defending our life total. The idea is to basically break the wall, get a couple, get this one on script and get this one. Got double taunt. We also now have a massive pile of cycles. And we've got a decent amount of the way through our deck. I'm down to get in with. Okay, all right. You can leave the culture familiar onto that. I don't have a feed. Got him. All right. Looks good. Wedding announcement still doing work. But... Oh, Paragon's nice. We did just get rid of that graveyard. Maybe. See. We're now in a pretty good position. Do that. We can't do that again, but we can go and do general. I'm gonna set us up. If they have a card they want to play from their hand, if they want this card is a card they want to play off the. Think like that. Just want to draw. Let it down. They got a pitch. The shrines. Alright. Also read. Oh, we drew an outcome. This is just cheap. Got the number of cards in my library. Leave it, Connor. There you go. Here's a reservoir kill. Get these ones. Woohoo! Yeah, game. Yeah. Again, I think you just kind of want to board into the and go like mid-rangey. Bring in the rebukes. I don't necessarily want to cut like the combo pieces. I think we literally just bring in the rebukes and take out the worst of these. Like trim a Mox Amber because it's funky. Obviously, it's really, really sick, but pretty sick. Maybe take. Cornucopia is the new one. Of them, I guess the Bone Sword is almost nothing, but it does get in. Let me just play it this way. I'm happy with this stuff. If bring in a bunch, if we see a bunch of hand disruption in game 2, and then we cut maybe the reservoir and the warrior inventions, bring these in, go to this stuff. We're not getting through on the ground, which puts this soul plan kind of. We can kind of. We can maybe make something happen. We'll see. We'll see. Let's run it. This is what I mean, though. Like, I'm recording this as a best of 3 video. I traditionally do best of 1 like event runs. But part of that is due to time. Like, at the minute, we're like halfway through game 2 and it's 40 minutes already. Obviously, a lot of time, both to watch and to play. We have Sai. We're still gonna run again. We're still just almost gonna pretty much play the Witching Well in turn 1 where possible. Once you know what you have in your hand, I feel important. We may. No, we don't need to play the Bone Saw. Let me just hold up Rebuke on turn 2. I do want this. Hear me. Okay, the Guardian. Like, if they go wedding announcement here, I want to counter it. I'm not too worried about much else. Our next couple of turns are pretty good. I don't really want to mess around with this. There's also like a lot big, makes the clock a lot bigger, which counts. We still have a Rebuke. Plan is if they have a kill spell. The thing is, they can't actually trigger Fatal Push. Fine at the moment. We'll make a couple of Thopters. And depending on whether they have a kill spell, whether we draw a land or whatever, we can either go Thop to beat down, or try and go off with this. It's Sword of the Round. First source attacks when it quickly dies against it. Make them pitch their last card, right? Double strike. That on that side. Yeah. I'm down. This resets it. Gonna buy us a couple of turns. Crypt's an interesting one. In fact, we can actually counter it on the way back down, presuming they don't draw land. If they draw land, they probably won't keep it in hand to discard to it. This looks decent. We're winding up towards outcome. I might sacrifice some to draw here. Oh, that's it. Sacrifice 2 artifacts. I don't think we want to, just because we can, like, and we have a Paradox outcome. Not that unreasonable. I'm gonna do this pretty common. If we draw Mox Ember, we can switch. Oh, we did. Oh, this is Emery. I think they have like some kind of. We have the worst rebuild. I'm not expecting one. They did lead with wedding announcement though, rather than something else. Maybe we actually want to lead towards. I think we have to rebuild. No, I'm kind of down to go all in. I think I'm actually worried about. I don't think they bring a super in. I think maybe they bring in like temporary lockdown. Kind of down to just play these in. Kind of getting them with the fair side plan. With that being said, we have work for invention to try and find a marvel and do that. But... And that's GG's. Alright, nice. Yeah. Solid. Solid. This is what we came to do. Plan was. Hey folks, this is TrevorTCG from the future to tell you that the last 8 minutes of this video are just me talking while stuck in queue. I restart and I still just can't find a match and I give up after kind of sitting in queue for about 5 minutes. So, hey, if you want to stick around and watch the rest of that, I do talk a decent amount and ramble on a bit. But yeah, feel free to stop here if you want. Thanks for watching the video. Maybe hit that sub button, like button. Have a great day. Three matches left to play. Can't get the 5-0, but we are going for a 4-1. Alright, we try. Oh hum hum. Newly daily quest every 24 hours. Yeah, that can do some pretty nut stuff. It also can look pretty silly or like mediocre. But the potential is limitless. You know? Yeah, I spent like a few hours, a few hours tweaking the numbers today, and think I have it where I like it. I'm still not sure about these Ledger Shredders. Like they're great, right? It's Ledger Shredder. Um, they don't synergize super well with the rest of the deck. They let you like lean towards your like connive towards your like actual payoff cards that way. They play really well. It's just like space partially. I don't know. I don't feel like I was like I had four in there for a bit. I've trimmed down to two just to fit some more of like the synergy stuff in. Like, yeah. I do wonder how like good like a straight up like artifact mid range deck would be. But I think the answer is not good enough. You need to be going in on combo stuff. Moment the way, or at least having a combo plan with like like you have the mid range fair backup plan. Kind of like Cavs Angry. We're sat in Q 2 minutes. Come on, cancel restart. See what's okay. Okay. But yeah, that'll be. This should be uploaded. Today's Wednesday. I should be uploading this Thursday, and there should be Humans Friday. I've not decided what I'm going to do Saturday. I've got a few decks kind of queued up. One of them is Blue White Flash. That doesn't play a ton of Brothers War cards to be honest about that. But there's a few other things. Yeah. Humans slash Soldiers tomorrow. Not back for that. Again, I actually can't find a game. I don't know what I'd do if I don't find a game. Maybe I just stop here. Let's set like an upper limit. Let's say like 5 minutes. If we don't find a game in 5 minutes, I can just edit this bit out. So you're only going to see this bit if we actually hit 5 minutes. But yeah, all times. Yeah, thank you for all the support over the kind of start and bit leading up to Brothers War. Um, appreciate all the new subs. Yeah, Explorer is actually kind of my main format that I play on Arena. I play a bunch of different things in paper. From I've been focusing on Pioneer and Modern, just because those are the RCQ formats around here. We don't really get any standard in the UK. The one store that ran standard last time got 4 players turn up. Wasn't great. An unfortunate one. Yeah, they just announced Pioneer for RCQ, Regional Championship 3. I don't know if Modern's gonna. They're really definitely trying to push Pioneer. I think they realise they can't really push standard. And I think I don't know what the plan is to get more people into standard. I think it is important, but I just don't think there's a good way to do it unless they have a really good standard format. We've just not had one. We had like a really good standard format for a long time. So hey, we'll see. We'll see. It needs like a good format and then also reasons for people to play. That like it needs like non-competitive standard to be relevant, or competitive standard to start being relevant again. Like the way to grow the format is to get people playing it in LGSs again. Not that this is going to be a standard, right? Yeah. Like I would push for, I would be pushing for people to get back into standard if Wizards had given me signs to show that that would be a good idea. And to be honest, I love Pioneer, I love Explorer, and I love Modern. I love EDHC, but yeah. I mean to do actually, sure. If this does get to 5 minutes, let me know if you want to see a feature on like one of my EDH decks. I have a lot. Some of the highlights, or some of my personal favorites. I have Garth, Velomachus, but like a pretty fun, interesting way to build it. Uh, I think what else is like fun and interesting. Like my OG kind of like favorite deck is Nissa Vaxwoodseer. But it is like pretty typical as to what you'd think. I think. Yeah. There's a few other bits and pieces, some sweet stuff. We'll see. But yeah, if you're interested randomly in like Commander deck breakdowns, you can pop the camera on and do one of those. I kind of been planning on doing ages ago. Like when I first started uploading like videos. Like my first video was a paper blue red Drake deck tech. I was playing like an RCQ that weekend. I was planning on doing more paper stuff, but like I played like Arena so accessible, and I don't have like an LGS that I frequent for gaming. So I moved away from like the city I like spent the last like 10 years in, just after COVID. After COVID, after like places started opening up again. We're about to hit that 5 minute mark, so yeah, this has been really cool. Thanks, Wizards. This has been an interesting experience. Again, please hit the subscribe button, like button, whatever. Comment below if you've got decks you want to see. Thanks for sticking around if you made it this far. And yeah, use wild. Peace soup.